to our school principal, Sir Renzo Malupa, and to our Master Teacher 1, Ma'am Joanne, and Ma'am Marsha Inson, SPED Teacher 1 of the school. Welcome to the class debate of Grade 6 SPED FL of San Francisco Pilot Central Elementary School with SPED Learning Center. So, the proposition for this debate is that it is necessary for the students nowadays to have internet access. So, for the affirmative team, we have Jen Angel Diazis as the chairman of the team. A negative team, then we have Jasmine Luis Arroyo, Raymond Deldad, Flexi Recorba, Cliff John Niog, and Joshua Patayan. For the affirmative side, we have Clet Yoel Rogonda as the chairman. For the Vea Maceno member, Micaela Bandong, Danica Jean Liandino, Shane Siraspe, and Francie Claire Camille. Okay, so we have the timekeeper, Bena Luis de los Santos, and our moderator for this afternoon, I'm going to call Mr. Kenneth Jerome C. Gloria.
To the educators, our school principals, Sir Leoncio S. Malupa Jr., Ma'am Joanne B. Ramoso, Master Teacher 1, Ma'am Marcia Z. Inson, SPED Teacher 1, and to the facilitator, Ma'am Shelo C. Dacuta. Good afternoon. I am Kenneth Jerome C. Gloria, and I am going to be the moderator for today's debate. The classroom atmosphere, familiar to us children today, is likely very different to the atmosphere our parents were accustomed to when they were students. Many of these changes can be traced to technology, which gradually had an increasing presence in the classroom over the last several decades. Technology has not only changed the classroom experience for kids, but thanks in large part to the internet, technology has also changed the way kids approach their schoolwork at home. Though a potentially valuable learning tool, the internet also possesses some problems for today's students. So today, we are going to listen to grade 6 SPED pupils of San Francisco Pilot Central Elementary School with SPED Learning Center as they present the pros and cons of the use of internet nowadays. Each member of the team will be given a maximum of 3 minutes to present their arguments or points. There will be a timekeeper who will note the time each speaker has to chew. Let us now begin. Let's hear first from the chairman of the affirmative group, Ms. Clet Regunda.
To our school head, Sir Leoncio S. Malupa Jr. and Ma'am Teresita B. Okay, Master Teacher 2, good afternoon. An importance of the internet as a learning tool is significant. The development of internet technologies has raised the education level in all countries, and it has changed the way students are being taught at schools. That's why it is very important for present generation that they provide internet education for their young generations. Internet application responds to students and other people questions in real time. Students are seeing Google as a new teacher and teacher as internet as a school. That's why it is very important for teachers to use information technologies in education. The internet has been crucial in the evolution of our education system in various ways. Teachers can use internet as a modern tool for education. Education department should provide the infrastructure that teachers and students can use to get benefits of the technology in education. We students are always curious and creative by nature. We can use the internet to search for almost anything. The internet contains a wealth of knowledge that is available instantly upon any search. Because of this, the internet superseded libraries as a source for information gathering and research. As a matter of fact, Some of our teachers here in school would ask us to visit specific websites to study from home and online encyclopedias that provide masses of knowledge on almost every topic imaginable. The variety of sources allows us to students to pursue subject in much greater detail rather than being limited to whatever we have in our textbooks or what our teachers gives us. The internet is a sea of knowledge which is just a click away. Many times, the students don't get access to books in the libraries. The internet streamlines the academic research by presenting the full text of scholarly publication right in front of them. Furthermore, conducting online research sharpens the critical thinking skills of students. Thank you.
According to our timer, Ms. Clet Rigunda's point consumed 2 minutes and 10 seconds. For the negative side, let's hear from the chairman, Ma'am Angel De Asis.
Good afternoon to all of us. Sorry if I'm going to disagree, Ms. Clet Rigunda, but I believe that when you search for answers to your homework in the internet, just copy and paste the problem solved, but you will not learn the lesson of the hard work, and you won't understand clearly what you have researched, because when you are done getting the answers, you then have fun and relax, not fully understanding it. For me, the internet can also be a significant distraction to students. Social networking sites can quickly distract kids from their schoolwork, costing them valuable time they should be devoting to their studies. Some students will spend too much of time through the internet. If the movie has too strong a hold, even elderly people are like to neglect some of their important work. Students might lose concentration on their studies because they spend too much time on internet. Some of them can even divide their time to do homework, but they spend their time on watching movie or chatting with their friends throughout internet. It is obvious that if you spend too much time on the internet, you will have to cut down on time for other activities. If the original purpose of internet was to help students and teenagers work more efficiently, it now makes them do not work at all. Especially for students, the exploration to the advancement of internet turns into a promising distraction. As the result, their academic results goes down gradually, while the electronic bill payment keeps increasing. The internet addiction is not less dangerous than other types of addiction. From the day that the internet explosion occurred, this disadvantage has appeared and spread throughout the world without notice. The feature of people having trouble with internet addiction is that they seem to marry their own phones or computers. Anytime you see them, their eyes are on the screen. For students and teenagers, online games or these social networking websites are a big attraction. Many students and teenagers come to the internet as a way to hide from the real world. The pressure from parents' expectation from studying or even bullying stress them severely. They feel more comfortable and safer when living in a fiction world created on the internet. The dangerous problem of internet addiction is not only about their life tendency, but also their health. Specifically, people who are addicted to the internet will be more likely to get depressed than normal people. Thank you.
Ms. Angel De Asis' argument consumed 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Now let's hear what Bea Macendo from the affirmative group has to say.
I disagree to the chairman's point that the internet is a significant distraction to students because the internet has introduced improvements in technology, communication, and online entertainment. And it is also incredibly useful for education purposes as well. Teachers use the internet to supplement their lessons, and a number of universities have opened up free online lectures and courses to everyone. It has even allowed retired teachers to educate children by just being online. Widespread use of the internet has opened up a substantial amount of knowledge to a much broader range of people than ever before. Through internet, teachers can enhance their lessons. The teachers can make use of it by giving students extra resources and material from the internet, such as interactive lessons, educational games, and watching educational videos available online. This makes learning more fun and appealing to them. It is arguably perceived that visual data makes a person learn and memorize faster than the plain text. Internet incorporated with media provides an in-depth knowledge to the students about a particular topic. The animations and their information can be viewed on the internet to understand the concepts in detail. The three-dimensional models are used which minimize the need for class meetings. The tests, homework, and research can be conducted through the internet. Going through information on the internet is definitely faster than reading an entire book on the same subject. With this, teaching is much easier for teachers. It would be easy for them preparing their activities for their students, and it can also be used as a communicating tool. My point is that not every social platforms or websites can be a distraction to people, especially students, because they can learn in educational websites as well. Thank you and good afternoon.
Ms. Bea Costanzo's argument consumed 1 minute and 56 seconds. Now, for the negative side, let's hear Ms. Jasmine Arroyo.
I disagree to the point presented by Bea. I believe that some people abuse the use of internet to spread malice and lies just to harm them. For me, when it comes to the negative effects of internet, we cannot ignore physical inactivity. As we all learn it in school, a pure education includes mental and physical development. It is the reason why there is a break time between classes, so that students can relax and work on their body. The internet only supports for the mental side. There is no exercise for teenagers and students in this global system. When people use the internet a lot, they will lack time for physical activities such as playing sports. Moreover, because the internet makes everything available, it also reduces the need for these activities. Students can submit their projects without going to schools. Teenagers can talk to their friends without getting out of their bed. The more convenient the internet is, the fewer physical activities for students and teenagers. This tendency will affect a lot on the development of these young people. They are advised to go outside, do regular exercise, and be more active at these ages. The emphasis on the internet use should be reduced. Sooner or later, these negative effects of internet will lead to mental health problems in students and teenagers. There are a host of games that are available on the internet, and this has made most children to shun all outdoor activities. In the absence of physical activity, children can easily fall prey to a lot of lifestyle-related diseases, such as obesity. Apart from failing to develop interpersonal skills, apart from these factors, sitting continuously in front of a computer screen can seriously damage our eyes and put a strain in our necks and shoulders. Children are in their developing years, and these factors can create lifelong problems for them. Children will become more violent because affected by internet games. There are too many internet games that contain violence content, and it may affect negative influence to children. Thank you.
Ms. Jasmine Arroyo's point consumed 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Now, let's hear Micaela Bandong for the affirmative group.
My reply for Ms. Jasmine Arroyo's complaint is, If the students are responsible of the time that they use the internet, it cannot affect their mental state. For my belief, internet is one of the most important sources through which an individual can easily get information, remain in touch with their beloved ones, and perform thousands of activities. Moreover, the internet utilization is vital because it is the biggest source of all aspects. One aspect is that internet helps in communication. When a student misses a lecture or requires help in an assignment, the internet acts as a source of instantaneous connection between the classmates and teachers. It bridges the communication gap and makes the distribution of information easier. Students can contact the teachers for the queries through the email. The internet minimizes the need for extra classes. It improves communication between students and teachers to assist students without having to stay after class. It also allows for students to have greater competence when working on projects with their classmates. Moreover, the students can also efficiently communicate with their peers in the case of confusion or clarification. The internet can let a person to communicate with people in virtually any parts of the world through the internet or email without having to leave his room. Email allowed people to communicate with minimum of times. It is now possible to send a message to any parts of the world through a simple email address, and the message is delivered in a matter of seconds. Personal communication has become easier thanks to email. Chat rooms, video conferencing are some of the latest additions in this technology. These have allowed people to chat in real time. Besides, there's a lot of messengers services in offering. With the help of such services, it has become very easy to establish a kind of global friendship where you can share your thoughts and explore other cultures. The internet also allows people within an organization to easily communicate and share information. Thank you.
Ms. Micaela Bandong's argument consumed 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Now let's hear from Raymond Bildad for the negative side.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My complaint to Ms. Micaela Bandong's point is not all information in the internet are reliable and can be trusted. And we can get information not only in the internet, but also from television, radio, and books. Moreover, cyberbullying is basically a term to describe the bullying using the internet. This disadvantage can be considered as one of the negative effects of the internet. It is never easier for haters to give ugly words towards a person. Celebrities or some kinds of people in protected class are often the victims of cyberbullying. This type of harassment is safer and easier than physical bullying because there is hardly any regulation or law to control the problems. Victims of cyberbullying may feel insulted or embarrassed because of the wicked comments or opinions. The negative effect will be worse on teenagers, especially on those who are in puberty, with all the vulnerability and sensitiveness. There is a positive relationship proved between cyberbullying and suicidal attempts by victims. Students are considered to be most bullied on the internet. A couple of criticism from teachers or cheating from groups of friends can drive a student insane and finally to suicide. Thank you.
Mr. Raymond Bildad's point consumed 1 minute and 18 seconds. Now let's hear from Danny Calandino of the Affirmative Group.
My response when I saw Bildad's points given is that we should be careful on what we post in social media platforms to avoid. Everyone should be responsible with cyberbullying every time you use the internet. As for my opinion, students also use internet to increase their socializing for students. The internet additional permits another level of mailing. It implies that individuals can contact companions whenever of day or night and associate as a group with the help of different social networking platforms. For example, Facebook and Twitter, they make it simple to share links, perspectives, sentiments, and also to discover patterns, music, videos, and so on. Students can also use internet for their social connectivity, and there are lots of social media websites which most students use for social networking. Students can contact themselves with the foreign students and discuss them on different issues to enhance their skills and knowledge. By using internet wisely, students can get much information to enrich their knowledge. The internet also can provide students with a forum to discuss their studies which do not always exist in the classroom. That forum may engage students and make them better students. A passionate online discussion about reading assignment may encourage kids to approach such assignments more fervently. Though such discussion may exist in a traditional classroom atmosphere, many students may be hesitant to express themselves in front of their classmates, feeling the anonymity of the internet is more inviting and less stressful forum than a classroom of their peers. Thank you.
Stanley Calandina's argument consumed 1 minute and 35 seconds. Now, for the negative side, let's hear from Flexi Record.
I object on Danika's point. Though we can socialize people using internet, but there are some people who use fake accounts to communicate to others, and these kind of people are scammers to fool us. So, we should be careful in talking to strangers or any people that we don't know. Moving on, another disadvantage of internet is harmful to little children. Children nowadays are exposed to internet and they are used to maintain internet as their daily life. This is one of the greatest threats internet poses to children. Internet has caused them to either become sexually deviant or sexually addictive. This phenomenon has also caused another problem, and that is the increase in prevalence of sexually transmitted diseases or STD in children. According to reports, 1 out of every 4 teenagers gets infected with STD every year. The adult content that is present on the internet promotes irresponsible sex and creates false notions in the minds of students. Children have been lured by pedophiles posing as good Samaritans and have been physically abused and molested. Internet has also made it easy for unscrupulous elements to get in touch with children, and this has led to an increase in the cases of kidnapping and identity thefts. About 60% of young teens in the United States have admitted to responding to messages from strangers. This kind of behavior is extremely risky and has made extremely vulnerable to become victims of cybercrime.
So, Ms. Flexi Recorda's argument consumed 1 minute and 34 seconds. Now, let's hear from Shane Cindy of the affirmative group.
I believe that children can avoid visiting pornographic websites if their parents guide them correctly. Parents have responsibility to check everything that their children are doing using internet. As for my opinion, entertainment is another popular reason why many people prefer to surf the internet. In fact, entertainment has become quite successful in crowding the movie-based entertainment industry. Downloading games or just surfing the celebrity websites are some of the uses people have discovered. Even celebrities are using internet effectively for promotional campaigns. Besides that, there are numerous games that can be downloaded for free. The industry of online gaming, dramatic, and phenomenal attentions by game lovers. The internet also revolutionized the entertainment industry. People nowadays no need to go to a cinema hall to watch your favorite movie. Instead of watching movies at cinema, now have companies offering their services where you just can download or order your favorite movie and watch it with a fast internet connection. Besides that, you also can download our other important software or your favorite music in a matter of few minutes. There are a number of shareware programs that allow you to share and download your favorite music and videos. The internet also allows people from different cultures and backgrounds to connect with each other. Internet game is a huge business and allow enthusiastic gamers to compete against each other in games even when they are located far apart. Likewise, dating has also allowed people to find their prospective soulmates.
Shane Cindy's argument consumed 1 minute and 40 seconds. Now let's hear from Gino Leob of the negative group.
My response for Ms. Shane's point is, people nowadays are exposed by our gadgets and are unable to interact physical activities, and that causes problems on our body. Moreover, another disadvantage of internet, due to the information flow of internet, privacy threat is one of the negative effects of internet that you should know about. Teenagers exchange their picture, private information or personal chat every day in social networking. Many students even update their ID number, their class number, and other information relating to personal security. They are not fully aware of the risk privacy threat that their information can be easily approached by strangers and be misused. Their privacy stands at risk of being disrupted and hindered. Therefore, keep in mind that not everything is exchangeable on the internet. For your best benefits and to stay away of these negative effects of internet, be careful with all the private information you upload and make sure it's available to reach your information. While the internet has made life easier for people in many ways, it is also reflecting an uglier side to its existence through a number of problems that it has thrown up for its users. With a large amount of information freely available on the internet, theft and misuse of this information is a likely possibility. Time and again, you see cases of people using someone else's information and research passing it off as their own. Children nowadays seem losing their ability to communicate with others. They are used to communicate with others via internet, but they cannot communicate with others face to face. It was a strange sight that the internet had made people losing their ability to communicate. It is because people now are over-depending on internet. Thank you.
Gino Leob's point consumed 1 minute and 44 seconds. Now let's hear from Francie Camiging of the affirmative group.
My response for Mr. Gino's points given is that we all enjoy keeping up with friends and family on social media, but we have to be mindful of our privacy and security when we do. As for my opinion, one of the most important benefits of internet is that students can earn from internet through bloggers. Students can take interest on earning through internet. It will be a great source of income for them and also it will provide them a big experience of writing. The students who are interested in media and wanted to be a writer in the future must do this work. This would increase their professional skills, which would lead them to a great future. Through the internet, shopping has also got a complete makeover, thanks to the contribution of the internet. You have many websites selling varieties of products online, and one just needs to select or bid for the desired product. An entire financial transaction can be conducted through the internet. E-commerce has got facilities because of the internet, and the entire global business deals can be conducted over the internet. Transfer of money is also no longer a time-consuming job, and with just a click of a button, you can easily transfer funds to any place you wish. Some of these services and courses come at a price. The internet has made life very convenient. With numerous online services, you can now perform all your transactions online. You can book tickets for a movie, transfer funds, pay utility bills, taxes, etc., and write from your home. Some travel websites even plans an itinerary as per your preferences and take care of airline tickets, hotel reservation, etc. by using internet. Consumers can compare their prices of products before making decisions to purchase. Thank you and good afternoon.
Mr. Fancy Camiging's argument consumed 1 minute and 55 seconds. For the negative side, let's hear from Mr. Joshua Patayan.
As Mr. Fancy Camiging said, you can earn money through the internet. But this would cause you to think that you have enough money to support yourself and would push you away from your relation with your family. Also, when people use online markets, they cannot interact with the outside world, and that causes obesity, weakening of bones, and itching. Moving on, as beneficial as the internet can be to students, it's not always what it's up to be. Much of the concern about using the internet to complete schoolwork is the reliability of the information on the internet. Many sites offer reliable and well-searched information, but many do not. Students, especially younger students, may not be capable of discerning fact from fiction and will simply take the written word on the internet as truth. That makes it more difficult for them to understand their subject. Another significant disadvantage to using the internet to complete schoolwork is that students may be tempted to cheat. As the internet is so vast, students might be tempted to cut and paste answers to homework problems from the internet or copy information from websites and claim it as their own, feeling as if there is no way their teachers will ever find out. Educators have realized this problem and tried to deal with it by developing websites that can check essay and research papers against published content as an effort to detect pilfered material. However, the cheating can still happen in several ways that are out of control. Therefore, changing the cheating culture among students and raising their awareness will be more practical to prevent these negative effects of it. Thank you.
Mr. Joshua Patayan's argument consumed 1 minute and 58 seconds. Now, may I call again the chairman of both sides. Starting with the chairman of the affirmative group, Ms. Clet Rigundo.
With all the negative effects of the internet, we cannot take away the fact that there's a greater need for us today to have internet access. We are called millennials because almost all the things we do and read are now found online. With this, all we need to do is to always be careful and be mindful of everything we click using internet. Thank you.
Now may I call in the chairman of the negative group, Ms. Angel Diaz.
Yes, we are now in the 21st century. We're almost are using internet, but we should not forget that we have other resources that we can use without giving us the ill